Hello, everybody. This is a Lamley showcase. More of a preview, but let's just get right to it. We've got some catching up to do with Matchbox, so I'm going to do a video in two parts. This is part one, of course. In my Matchbox showcase, we're going to focus on store exclusives right now. Some of them are out, some of them will be out soon. In part one and part two, we'll move over to the moving parts. I've got the latest moving parts, which I think are hitting, and collectors series. We'll open those up and check those models out. But let's get to the store exclusives. I want to run through the Porsches real quick. These are being found overseas and in Canada. I do not believe they're out in the United States yet. Once they are, I think they're going to be found in Walmart. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the case. I'm not going to open these up. Main reason being, if you look on the hood of this one, notice the printing. These are FEPs. FEPs are internal, like inspection models for Mattel. They sent them to me so I can show them to you, but I want to keep them in the package for that reason. They're FEPs, but also because this is all about the model and the packaging. I'm hoping to have, an open version and a packaged version for my collection. But when you look at a very, very nice model for sure, but with the most amazing packaging, some of the best die-cast, like kind of toy level packaging I have ever seen. And that's not an exaggeration. And would you really disagree with me on this? Matchbox de-emphasized their brand, emphasized Porsche, and then just played with this the shade grade idea, and then putting the cars in this very realistic pose. It's just a phenomenal packaging. There's that if you want it. There are cars. I've got a bunch of stuff here on the workbench. Porsche Cayenne Turbo, second version of that one that we've seen. Black was the first one in the global series. We have this one. It's there's some, I think, three cars. I'll show them to you all in a row. Porsche Panamera in yellow. This has been released in this color and wheel combination before, but again, it's more about the art in these, and that's just beautiful in yellow. Moving to white, they go grayscale. I love this. This white version, I think, was a mainline at one point. White version with the gold rims. Another just beautiful. It's like, you know what, I tell you what the car is, you know what the art's going to look like, but it's still just stunning. Classic Porsche, the 1971 Porsche 914, another one that's been released in the past. Long time ago. I think this is over a decade ago. It was released in this color and deco, but there it is. Fantastic art as well. It's these final two that I think are the most significant, starting with the 1985 Porsche 911 Rally. This thing is just, well, the art's phenomenal, but this is one too. The models are all beautiful in this set, but this one in plain, they've done all these cars plain, right? But this one in plain black, this is the culmination. This is the best version of this casting so far too. The others were done in some decent racing kind of rally style liveries, but this Dakar style Porsche, which you see cool videos out on YouTube of these types of modified Porsches, but this one just done in plain black. They've done the detailing on the front. I'll show you the headlights. There we go. You can see the headlights have been done, and the top has been done, the detailing of the roof rack, and that's it. Jet black with the off-road rims. It's just a phenomenal model. I absolutely adore this one. And not only when I say, in true Lamley hype fashion, the art is some of the best I've seen. Honestly, I think this is one of the coolest Matchboxes we've seen in years. A lot of cool Matchboxes, but this thing's just so next level. And with the wheels and the off-road wheels and the jet black, I just love that model. So take that little ducktail, put that one over here. And the last one, you notice in the background, I've got two, let's call them Matchbox stalwarts, like long-term stars. We'll get to the Ford GT in a second, but let's talk about this Porsche 911 GT3. This casting was designed by Ryo Asada, of Hot Wheels fame, who we unfortunately lost almost 2 years ago, but designed by Ryo Asada back in what I dubbed the golden age of Matchbox. I think there's been a lot of good golden ages of Matchbox, but the most recent was from about 2005 to about 2011. And this particular model, 2007, I think, is when it was released, started with this yellow version in a 10-pack, and this yellow 10-pack exclusive remains one of my favorites of this casting. But you can see the details on this, like Ryo Asada just beautifully designed it. And, Porsche has retained that shape so long, so it still seems very modern, even though this casting is going on 16 years old. Is that crazy? Isn't that just incredible? and it still is going strong. It was modified halfway through. I'm just showing you a few of my favorites. It was modified halfway through, well, later in the game, from a plastic spoiler to a metal spoiler. But I really want to highlight these two. I know there's the chase version, which is nice, but it's this one in bright blue with white rims, which was a 9-pack version. Just done beautifully, just clean with the headlights and taillights. And then its companion 9-pack version, 9-pack exclusive in purple with the black rims, both with the 5-spoke rims. These two, after that yellow, initial yellow version, remain. I think it's these three that I think are the most beautiful because they're just so clean and they're bright. They just stand out. They're super unique, super cool. And this now bright green version, can't wait to get a loose version of this one because it'll go in that slot right there. But it's a perfect companion to the blue and the purple. And I cannot wait to put those three together. Just super cool. All right, that is the Porsche set. Let's move on to the 70th anniversary set. And I guess while we're here, let's first take a look at this artwork. Speaking of fantastic art, what is up with Matchbox? Just killing it. We're going to see a lot of this logo, the 70th. Let me just get it better here. 70th anniversary logo. It's on everything, and it will be on everything. Notice there, I believe I have collector right here. It's on the collector. It's the 70th anniversary Matchbox in 2023. And so, you know, we're going to celebrate. And they're going to be doing a lot of these special editions. This orange and silver and black colorway in this color combination is the anniversary colors that they've chosen to celebrate the 70th anniversary. So we're going to see this color combination show up on basic models, on some moving parts models, and of course in special edition sets. This is the first one, a 5-car set, 70th anniversary special edition. This is number 1. It is the Ford GT. I brought out all of my Ford GTs. This is another one from that legacy. I think that Matchbox is in its next golden age right now, but that 2005 to 2011, this is a 2005 release, I believe, is the Ford GT. Not to be confused with the classic Ford GT40. This is that early 2000s era Ford GT that was designed. First version in red with white stripes, and we've just basically seen the Ford GT. A couple of highlights. Love this one. This was the Rest of World Superfast edition in silver with the black stripes. I know the rims look a little dated for sure, but it still is a model that is incredibly hard to find now, and just an absolute beautiful model, one that I love. There's the Golf variations, one with the Ford logo, one without. Here's another one, which was a 9-pack exclusive as well in matte black with gold striping, which I thought was pretty. Got a rare variation here. It was this 5-pack version with the red stripes. It actually has no stripes, and it's not a no tempo variation. It's or error. It's actually a variation. There were several found in plain white. It's actually here. I'll actually show it to you. It has everything it needs, but they just didn't include the stripes. So it's considered a variation because there was enough of them found. Nice and rare. I love this GT casting, so I collect everything. Even ugly versions like that one. That one wasn't great. Didn't have headlights. That one's not great. This one's okay. They brought back the Zamac, but made it a little bit different. But now we have a new version. I'm going to open these up, show them off. Even though I love the artwork, because these aren't FEPs, we should definitely show them off. I'll show you. There's the logo on this one, the 70th logo on the top. You'll find these on these models. Let's just go ahead. Oh, the dog is angry, but isn't it funny? Usually I can just rip these open, but this art is so nice. I'm actually having a hard time with that. So nice and cool. This has a number 70 on the back. Dog is mad. Nice and plain. And then this orange and black striping. So a very appropriate car to use. Glad that they put the headlights on it. I don't know if we have the taillights on the back, but no, it's beautiful. Black 5 spokes with the orange trim, which I think is fantastic. Just a really, really cool color combination, and one that we're definitely going to add to the collection. I'll put it in that slot a little bit later. Next one, number 2. I'm going to save number 5 for last, or number 4 for last. Number 2 is the 1962 Mercedes-Benz 220 SE. There is your artwork. It's that classic racing one. Here is the model. Let's open it up. In racing livery, also number 70, King of the Road. You've got, it's more of a modernized, there's the logo, by the way. I'll show it to you there. Kind of a modernized deco for this car, but still kind of nice. I like this casting. I'm a bigger fan of the Ford GT and some of the other Mercedes castings, but that one's really nice. So I do think this one needs to be done in classic liveries and racing styles. But considering what this is as part of the special edition, I think that works. Number 3, 2018 Jeep Wrangler JL. There's the art. Oh, the art is just beautiful. I'm going to have to buy another set of these. Get rid of that one. Open this one up. And there it is. Yeah, just a pretty standard livery on this one. 70 logo on the side, Rubicon on the hood. Wheels look good. Obviously, this is, Jeep fans are going to love this one. Classic car fans are going to love the Mercedes. Racing car fans are going to love the GT40, or not GT40, the GT. Got to keep that clear. And there's in the Matchbox world, there's a ton of utility and fire truck fans. So Freightliner M2 106 is number 5 of 5. Like I said, I'll get back to number 4 here in a second, because I think that's the highlight of this set. Art is great. There's the model. Let's open it up. Pushing that out of the way, and here we go. Chrome trim, which is nice on this one. Kind of like, it does take on a fire truck, kind of a Matchbox fantasy world deco. Dog is still barking. We'll just let it go. All right, this is the last one that I wanted to show you. This is the one I want to focus on. 2018 Bugatti Divo. Art is great. I'm going to have a hard time opening this one, but I do want to open the model as well, because I just love this casting. There's your logo on the side. This thing has to have a lot of detail. I wonder if one of the reasons we don't see it more often in the basic range and others is just because of the amount of detailing that has to go into this. I'm imagining Bugatti is pretty specific on how they want these decoed, and that means some of the detailing on the top, and then, they want the Divo logo on the back. I think they want I wouldn't call that a bumper, but that front spoiler decorated as well, or at least tampoed as well. So it's got to have all these details. So I'd imagine they have to add a little bit more budget to these. I actually brought out my Divo collection, and I actually have something really cool if I haven't shown it to you before. So only 2 releases, and considering this casting is wickedly popular the second it's released, I think that's why we haven't seen it as much. This is the first version, done in what you basically have seen Bugatti advertise the Divo in, this kind of gunmetal gray color, black trim with the blue striping on top, blue trim on the front, and then of course the Divo and the taillights in the back. They were creative with this casting. Obviously the interior and the engine all share the same piece. The windows and the rear taillights share the same piece. And then they've added a lot of detail. Oh, and the front grille shares that as well. They had to get creative here to create it, and I think they did a really, really nice job considering this is a dollar model. Kind of cool. Here's what I want to show you. So this is the first version. I'm going to show you the top of this car, and notice the blue stripe that runs down the middle. I'm going to put that down, and I'm going to show you this version, which doesn't have the stripe down the middle. This is an early, I mentioned FEPs where they inspect, and the licensors inspect them as well. This is how Matchbox originally intended the Divo to look. And they were going to put blue lipped wheels on it. They were going to put just that trim on the top, that black trim. And they had the window color just a little bit lighter. If I just kind of show you, and my lighting isn't great here. I'll put this back like this. But if you notice, the finished version gets the blue stripe, darker windows, so it creates kind of a darker grille, and then obviously the wheels. They went ahead and removed the blue striping. I think because they got to use what the wheels that Matchbox has, and I think Bugatti probably said just go with the gray wheels, so they did. So there's that difference there. All right, so and this is something that I had when we were previewing this, and I've held on to it for now, so it's kind of cool. But it's always cool to show somehow how that gets developed. And then, of course, we saw the next year the black version was released, and we haven't seen it since, but we got the blue trim on that. Gray rims on this one. Same thing, headlights. Oh, I didn't even tell you, like, Bugatti also wanted the headlights to be enlarged. So notice how the headlight tampo is bigger. So you can see how that gets developed. That was just kind of cool. So many people were so excited about the Bugatti that Matchbox sent me that one so I could show it way back when. There it is in the matte black with the blue trim. Second version, and now we finally have this third version, and let's open it up. In gray with orange trim, it fits, right? It fits. 70 logo on the side, on one side, but not on the other side, which is interesting. Gone with the black interior, so it gets the black trim on the side. Orange striping on top. Orange front trim done. This thing is fantastic. Taillights, Divo logo there as well. And really adds nicely to the Bugatti family for sure. As a matter of fact, we'll just kind of move these here. We can show the whole Bugatti family as we go. Like that. There you go. You guys tell me what you think. 2 store exclusives, the Porsche set and the 70th anniversary set. It's one of many 70th anniversary sets coming from Matchbox, or 70th anniversary models, I'll say. Tell me which one's your favorite. I'm going with the Bugatti and the Ford GT for sure, and then the Porsche set. It's all about those Porsches and that artwork. We got part 2 coming. Thanks everybody. Bye.